this up. Hi.
What's up with you? You like far? Yeah, you're a little bit far.
It's better?
It's better.
Okay. Hold on. Let me move this stuff. Is it better? Okay. I think so. I'm trying to make the phone stand still. Okay. Let me sit up a little bit so I
How
can
you
be on my
doing,
dude.
Trina?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's Women Empowerment Week,
Okay.
and you definitely represent women empowerment. Now we got all kind of women. We got religious women. We got activists. We got politicians. You've been shaking your ass for a long time.
Absolutely.
Is it true? Is it true
Joey,
that sex
absolutely.
sells? Is it true that sex sells?
When you're sexy, absolutely. When you sexy, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yo, Trina, let me ask you a question. Do you think you have luck with men?
Luck. You know what? Yeah and no. I would say, I think for me, I don't know how to like settle to tolerate certain things. I think makes sense or no? Okay.
I'm saying, Trina, man, we've seen you dating the biggest guys in the world, and then it doesn't seem like you're not married or whatever the case. So, do you think it's been your choice of men, or all men ain't shit?
Oh no, I would say some choice, but not just that men aren't shit, more so that some men don't really have it together. Or they think they know what they want, or you think because I met Trina and I'm dating Trina, oh, it's the baddest chick or however, but when I become this full surface 100% woman and I'm very submissive and I do all these things to hold this down, you're not ready. That's not the person you thought you wanted. Or I thought I was getting like, the baddest chick you don't know now. We about to make a vibe. It's going down. That's not the realistic reality of my life. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold it down and do all that, but I have a whole different spectrum when it comes to like life and relationships and what I believe in and how I think that it should be when I'm dealing with somebody. And if you're not giving 100% like I am, I'm out. Doesn't matter what happened. I'm out.
I've heard you say that before. Can you, even if you're in love with a man, could you honestly just be out? Like, I've heard you say that.
I was in a whole relationship, a whole in love, a whole thought I was getting married, a whole thought I was having a baby, a whole 5 years of a life, and he violated that situation, and I was very hurt, I was in a bad space. But what happened is it took me 4 months before I let him know that this wasn't going to work. It took 4 months to come forward and say, hey, I know what you did and it's not going to work. Because have I told you when I first knew, I realized I'm in love, I'm hurt, I don't want to leave, I don't want to go, I want to stay here. But if I say what happened, it's going to be at odds. You're going to lie, it's not going to work, we're going to go back and forth. And how do I stay after that? How do I feel after that? So I had this whole situation. I talked about it. I was very transparent, honest. And I decided once I say this, like Trina, when you let it out, it's gonna go bad, or maybe he's gonna, I'm gonna change. It didn't happen, and I just was not gonna settle and go down and be treated for like you living 2 lives. Like, and the people that you're running around with are the people that are like fans of mine. I'm not gonna settle for you to do what you're doing to me with somebody that's looking up to me. That means you're not like leveling up to what you really want anyway. So somewhere in this circle, we playing a game. It got to stop.
Yeah, that's sad in every way. I've seen other relationships, not you, but I've seen other relationships where I've seen a woman that was with a guy that like got statues made out of him, fucking everything, and just bringing his legacy down. And I'm watching, cause I'm one of them. I'm a dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching. It's none of my business, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, this is top 5 dead or alive. Like, what is he doing? Like, Does she realize they really ain't that much better out there?
I don't think guys at the time realize that when you're in it like that. And I think that's where it gets real tricky. And for me, I know in all the situations I've been in, people are like, well, what happened? I thought this was going to work. Or I'm not a kiss and tell. I don't have to bash you and make you look bad. I'm just going to go, I'm going to respectfully just exit the situation because this is not for me.
You know, something I never liked about women, and this is Women Empowerment Week. I've watched in my lifetime, it didn't happen to me, but I've watched in my lifetime where women were done, but they were still in a situation where this guy was most likely paying the bills or whatever, and they was plotting for like 6 months to a year. I'm gonna leave them. They already know they're leaving, but they're like playing the game till they get their shit together. I never really liked that. I felt like if you don't want to be with somebody, you should just leave.
You got to go. And that's the thing. It's called being there because the situation is good. I am the situation. I'm not being there because it's good. If it's not right for me, I'm out. That's the end of that. And that's always been my situation. And this is what happens because some people, no disrespect, but if you don't have it together, if you're not trying to make a way for yourself and you in a good situation, you're gonna stay because you're trying to get it together or you have a free meal ticket or however the case may be. Me, no. I don't care who or whatever. If it's not treating me good, I'm so it's a dub. I'm out. I'm gone. It's not gonna work.
So you're very beautiful. You've been a sex symbol for a long time. You was ever with a guy and you couldn't believe that one of his mans tried to holler at you behind their back? Like, how do you take that? How do you take that?
That happened to me before, and it kind of backfired on me before. Because it happened, and I was like, that's your man's and them. Like that ain't it. But this is your man. So when you're a woman in a situation, I don't know how to come and tell them, like, you tell your man, like, yo, your man's try to, I don't really say that, but I'm never going to indulge in that or give you that. Now it backfired on me because I didn't say something, and then it gave the man the opportunity to tell him, oh, I tried to holler at your shorty, but what did she holler back? No, she ain't holler back, but it was an insinuation that, well, we talked, we was cool. It was like, it was high and by. And I just looked at that as, wow. Like, wow, I could have blasted you. But fortunately, somebody else that was there in the situation, another guy, came out and was like, that ain't how it happened. Shorty ain't give him no rap. It just made you look crazy. And I had respect for you because you're high profile. So that made me just look at you like, you know what I mean? Like, you trying to get points for what? That wasn't even cool. Like, but, it comes to territory. I mean, you just have to know how to spin it.
I'm thinking if the guy don't know, then it really ain't his fault. Right? He don't know that homeboy try to holler. And scumbags is scumbags, Trina, no matter what. In Spanish, we call them atrevidos. Meaning like a guy stick his thing in anything. When he out there hollering at anything moving, like, yo, 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 yo. Everybody knows guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Whether they famous or they not famous.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's always guys like that. Me personally, my wife never told me because I'd have gave ketchup in the middle of the club. Because if a guy's shaking my hand, saying, yo, what up, Joe Crack, and hollering at this, he gonna get stripped naked in front of everybody.
Definitely.
That's a different form of disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I had a friend, right? And he told me a story one time, and he said, you Trina, so we talking real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Week. But he said he lived in a place and his mansions all over, and the next door neighbor was a ball player, whatever. His wife was bad. They all got embarrassed. And she hollered at my man. Like he seen her somewhere and was like, what's up, neighbor? Yo, what's good? This, that. But, I like you. I've been watching you. And this guy's supposed to be a tough guy, but he told the girl, like, you must want that guy to kill me. Because I say hi to that guy every day. He lived next door. Like, he might get enraged and try to kill me. Wow. And I respected that he said that because we see people every night on the news killing somebody you would have never thought to kill somebody.
Absolutely.
Elaborate. We don't want to talk about buffoonery or fuckery or whatever. But you was a little hat a couple of months, a month or two ago, because you was expressing yourself. I know you, so I knew what you were saying, but it might have sounded wrong could you explain to us in slow motion
Okay.
what you was trying to say?
Okay. So it started with a conversation with me and Trick off the air. And so when I came into the air, the conversation, it was like intense. We were basically just talking about, just the state of where we at and how people feel about just what happened ever since the George Floyd situation happened. And everybody was like traumatized. It was like, it's different that we hear and we see this all the time, but it almost felt like, well, not almost, it did feel like we saw him like pass away in front of us, like if you're watching the video. So, it's a very touchy and a very downward place. And anytime that stuff, when it comes to that, to me, just because I lost my brother, I don't know, maybe, I know I'm not over it, so I take it a little different. So I was basically saying, this is bad. Now we're just, everybody is, just at war. Everybody's mad and everybody's angry, and we want justice. We want justice, not to say, yeah, we want these police officers put in jail. We want that. We want them. We want more. We don't want them to get out. We want it to go bigger. It has to make a difference. It has to make a change. So, okay, move past for that. So we go in Miami, and then the night come, I'm asleep. Now I get up in the morning to get to radio. It's like 6 in the morning. So my friend, everybody's texting me about the stuff on fire downtown. My friend's love beauty thing is burning up. Just a whole bunch of stuff is happening. So I'm looking, I'm like, whoa. And I'm just like, okay. But I'm looking at all this stuff of these, like, just breaking in. But this is like kids. Like, and I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Y'all don't even live over here. You're not from this area. Like, don't come tearing up our community. This is not the place, because prior to this happening, I had did like a food drive, gave away like 300 dinners, to the community on my Trina's Day, because we couldn't have an actual event due to the whole COVID and, social distance or whatever. So I'm looking, I'm back in this hood. It looks bad. It's tore down. Nobody's coming back to give. Nobody's really coming back to paint up the buildings or to like fix it up. My mom had properties over here, so we were forced to paint them. The city was like, if you don't paint this, they'll, do different things because it's not open for access. So, however, I'm looking at all this, so I'm just really frustrated and mad. Like, don't tear up our community. Don't tear up, like, the Overtown, the inner cities, like where we have to be at. I don't care about Bell Harbor and Aventura and all the Gucci's. I don't care about it. I'm talking about where we gotta now come back to give our food and to give our stuff, and now we come back and it looks like a dump. Nobody's putting in no energy, no money to make the area look good. So we don't need to tear this part of it up. That's how I was feeling about that. I don't care about the looters and the riot. I don't, and nothing with protests. I want everybody, because the piece is to make them understand what we're trying to say. Make them understand that what you did is wrong, and not just this time, every time, but this time we are not gonna stop until something is done. Like this is the biggest thing that has happened since we've seen police brutality, like for my genre of right now. So I was really, like expressing, I've been promoting it, everybody, like, trying to help with the resource. Then I was saying, like, for me as a woman, yeah, I get pulled over by the police. I just try to, like, even with my friends, I'd be like, listen, why you driving with your tag expired? Why you driving with no insurance? Because realistically, you smoke. So when we in the car and you riding this way, bro, when they pull you over, the first thing you want them to do is get out of your face. Not that they won't snatch me out of the car and do it, because it happened to me. Like, we dirty in the car. It happened, so I'm aware of that. But my first instinct is, talk fast. I got all my stuff. Please just get out of my face. I don't want you smelling. I just want you to get out of my face. I'm a woman. I could talk faster and I could talk my way a little bit or say whatever. Not because I'm Trina, just because, hey, I don't want you guys bothering me for my personal reasons of what's happening in the car. That's basically where I was going at with that type of situation. And no disrespect to no woman that, have been involved with police brutality. And just that, I was just, in that essence of saying that. And what else did I talk about in that story? That was mostly what I was saying. I was just saying about,
what I'm saying is, I knew exactly what you meant. You might have used some words that you shouldn't have used, but everybody's so sensitive now with this cancel culture and all this shit, where we came up at a time where we could talk like we talk, and we grew up since we
Yeah.
was babies talking like this. And nowadays, when you talk a certain way, everybody want to act like, how we gonna cancel Trina, man? How we gonna cancel J. Cole?
I was like,
because
what?
we ain't like the verse.
And wait, and when the interview came on, because we started talking, I was just like, and it started with the whole it was cut off with me saying, they're tearing up our community, whatever I said, acting like animals. That's how it started. And so I'm like, but so you didn't think I was talking to like black people? I wasn't calling them animals, like, because I am the voice of black people. That's all I represent. Like, who else am I going to represent? What have I not done to be in our black community? I'm always giving back. I'm always helping. I'm just saying, these people that are out here, I don't know, bombs, whoever, tearing down this little areas where we trying to make it look better. Like, I just felt that was wrong.
Let me tell you something. In the Bronx, all over the Bronx where I'm from, they tore up black and brown businesses too. This wasn't just, let's get Fifth Avenue, let's this, which me personally, Fat Joe, don't co-sign the looting. Like, I don't understand it. Me, I'm not calling them animals. I'm not this. I don't co-sign it at all. But then again, there's so many businesses in the hood that's black and brown owned. They got destroyed. And it was sad.
A lot.
So I knew what you were saying. I just think your play of words was wrong. And
I was very emotional. Like, yeah, I was emotional.
I think you
if
felt
I
like they knew you enough. This is Trina.
I'm thinking like, you guys know me. I'm talking to Trick, and Trick could punch one button, and it's a full argument with me and him. This is not even. It just went from me and him personally talking to me trying to say it, I guess, my way, and it came out the wrong way because I was very emotional. I was very mad, and I was just, my friend was calling, crying about her place. I was just like, what is happening? Like, this is not Miami. You know, this is a beautiful state. Like, don't mess this area. Like, this is not South Beach. This is right here in the community. People know people. Like, you don't want to tear this up, this place. And why are y'all even over here? Where y'all kids? Like, most of these was kids. Like, where y'all come from? Why are you over here doing this? So I was just really like emotional with that whole situation. And on top of that, I think what happened was, it was just something happened where somebody wrote at me online, and that triggered it. Because had I just said what I said, and I think I went on a rant online, and people was confused. Was I talking to people, which I wasn't. I was talking to one particular person because I stated that and I added them. I don't do the sub.
Yeah, they do that to us all the time, Trina. They come on my shit. They doing it now. These guys are mad at themselves, man, because they're bums. Some of these people, they won't get out there. They won't work. They won't bust their ass. They can't be mad at you. Listen, man, you're a female. You black. You grew up in the hood. You got all the odds against you in the universe. And you made it. However you define making it and how you wanted to do, whether you did good or not, I've always seen you working, busting your ass, paying your own bills. So I don't know if people got it messed up to where they think guys pay your bills.
No.
You work for your shit.
Sure do. Bossed up.
And
that's why I don't take no shit.
So that's why you in the woman empowerment zone, because you work hard for whatever you got. Not only that, you've inspired, you, Little Kim, you've inspired a whole generation of artists that look up to you. And so when you see now that Cardi B put out a record with Meg Thee Stallion, it's good to see girls together, because girls, y'all worse than us. Somehow the girls don't want to get along. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I seen your last album. You had Nicki Minaj on there. You always collaborate with people, but all of a sudden they talking about canceling the song. Like, what is your take on what's going on right now with the Cardi B song and the Meg Thee Stallion?
I just feel like people should just mind their business. Because if you don't like something, scroll past it. If you don't got the WAP, that means you got dry ass pussy. So either way it go, if you don't like it, move past it. You don't have to stop and say, you don't have to stop and like everything. You don't have to agree with everything, but you don't have to decline and try to tear everything down either, because you have the rightful mind to say, scroll past, unfollow, block, not interested. You have the right mind to do it also. But we do live in the freedom of speech. And what white women can be sensual, sexual, explosive, prerogative as they want. Because when men do it, nobody have nothing to say. Everybody bop around to it. We do too. So when women do it, what's the problem? The problem is now that so many women are joining forces and coming together, women are taking over. And I think people do not like that, because they always try to put them down and take them apart. This is the first time, I mean, realistically, in this time frame of our genre, that this many women and girl rappers are out, like in the industry, period. So what's the problem now? At first it wasn't none. At first it was one. At first it was a couple. It was us. Is that it? Why can't we just live and talk about whatever? Like you want to talk about your experiences. You grew up in the projects, the struggle. If you grew up in a silver spoon in your mouth, baby daddy, no mama, crackheads, whatever. Why can't we be expressed? Why can't they just do that? Who's somebody to say what somebody struggled, what somebody like? Everybody know Cardi's story, how she got on, how she came out. Let her live her life. She's doing it. Let her live that. What's the problem? And the girls who have the WAP is not complaining.
The girls that got the WAP?
Yeah, they not complaining. Why you not complaining?
Also, the WAP means wet.
Yes.
I already know that.
Oh yeah,
I realized it. That's the breathing. You know, Cardi, she crazy.
So if you got the drive, you got to just keep on with the beef and the hating. You know, just live like we got one life. Do you understand what's happening right now? We all the same. We can't move. We can't perform. We can't do nothing. So why can't we express and be the people that we want to be? Who is somebody to tell somebody what they can't do or cancel it because you don't like it? That means you can choose to go look at whatever you want to go look at. You don't have to be entertained over here on this side.
Don't.
It's your phone, your internet, your whatever. Go look somewhere else.
You know, my thing is, the thing that's so dope about hip hop is that it's so diverse. I've said this my whole life. Yes. You would go, if you want to listen to Consciousness, go listen to Lauren Hill.
Go listen to that.
Or you want to hear some lyrics, go listen to Rhapsody. You want to listen, whatever. If you want to hear about what, that wet ass.
It's simple.
You know what's crazy is, we know how Cardi came up. Mm-hmm. We know she's a sex symbol doing her thing, but she's a married woman with a husband. She
and a baby, a whole family.
That. Beautiful baby. Mm-hmm. And she just got freedom of speech. It's the same thing with me. Like, people ask me all the time, yo, why you talk about drugs? Why you talk about gangster music? Yo, this is what I grew up in. This is what I'm around. Who I am as a man. Who I am as a man, I constantly give to charity. I open businesses in the hood. I look out for everybody. I got a family. I take care of my. Yo, it's like the music is the music. Like I don't. You know, I know it's Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. I know it's a very conscious time, and who we are as people, we moving together. Everybody's moving in solidarity together. But I mean, like, if the girls can't have no fun.
Girls just want to have fun and be free and live. This is a married woman with a family. She's not disrespecting her husband, her family. He's there at the video. She's loving her life. Let the woman live. Like, I don't really get it. People is miserable. They're miserable. They have nothing else to do. You sit around behind this computer trolling on other people's success instead of finding you some business that pays you. Get your money up. Get your bag up. Level up. Stop that. That hating shit is weak, especially when it comes from women. That's nothing fly about a hater. That's not bossy.
Trina, when I press play, they said, there's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. And they in the video looking in the rooms and all these girls. And I said, yo, this shit crazy.
It's lit. What's the problem? Like, when the guys like, what's the problem? When slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. What's the problem? It's the same vibe. What's the problem? Can we live for the
man got some nasty mouths too.
Come on, like we just being expressive and experiencing whatever life is.
Let me tell you some funny thing about your sister. One day I'm in New York, I'm stressed out.
Okay.
I'm in like 100, shout out Kid Capri, he says facts. I'm in 100 meetings because for some reason we could be in Miami, nobody call you. When I'm in New York, I got 10,000 meetings, right?
Okay.
The phone rings. It's Lorena. And I pick up and she goes, I wanna have fun. and she hangs up the phone.
Yes, L.
And I tell my cousins and my goddaughter, I be like, yo, don't be with no broke dude. You're gonna be stuck in them problems.
One out here.
I'm gonna tell you, if I was a girl, right? Even if I loved the broke dude, I would have to fall in love with a dude that has a little more money than me. I'm just being honest.
Really?
Now, somebody, I gotta be, look, there's no such thing as broke love. So I'm telling the guys out there, if you think I'm throwing you under the bus,
right,
go work, bust your ass, get to the bag.
Yeah.
If you want a bad chick, because other than that, that broke shit, yo, she keeping it real. What you gonna do?
No
you gonna have
broke.
babies with a broke dude?
Nah, we not playing that around here. And women have to understand, like, you can't just take on somebody that's not bringing nothing to the table. You got to bring something to the table so you can hold your own down, so you don't become a part of, I need to be here because of the situation. If a dude say you got to get up and go because I ain't feeling this, you got nowhere else to go, we don't play that. You got to secure yours, secure the roof over your head, not just a bag. I'm talking about a bag. You feel me? Like a bag mean where the family eats. Like we good. Not just a bag on your arm in the streets. I mean that.
Yeah, you know, me personally, you know, the other day I seen this little girl, right? So I've had 2 sons, and I broke up with their moms. I was very young. You know, I've been with the renter for 20 years.
Yes.
But when I look at men, and it's particularly little girls, and when I look at little girls, and you know how men have babies with girls, and they have little girls, and they break up. They leave the little girls. Now I don't know how that is possible. Like, I don't know how a man can leave his little girl knowing how hard it is in the world, how bad it is, you know, like, and so I seen a little girl that didn't have a dad with her the other day, and I'm just looking, and I'm like, how these guys leave their daughters knowing that there's predators, there's, you know, hey, the baby moms, he don't know. Next thing he could have, it could be baby boy. Like a dude playing 2K, smoking blunts with his friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I don't think, and you especially, Trina, I don't think you should sleep. And you should be very careful about anybody who tries to give you a baby 2020. Because I watched the best girls hold out, make sure, yo, I'm not going with no bum. I'm not this and this and that. But somehow the guy gets her, she gets pregnant. When she's 8 months pregnant, he gone with it.
No. See me, that, like, there's this thing, I don't know what happens with me. There's this thing that clicks in. I'm in love, I'm all of this. But I start looking for more than just love. It's clarity, it's longevity, it's how serious you are in the situation. It's more than just us, you know, tearing up the gram or just like going to the store and burning down. I need to know what's bigger than that. And especially when you're talking kids and all that, because I'm scared. And I was a kid that thinking, how do a man leave me now? This is your daughter and the world knows her. Now you want to be a part of her life. She do not want to, she don't see you. She don't, I was when it comes to men. It's a higher stand. If you have a kid before or another situation, how you deal with that, the baby mom, all that, I pay attention to all that because I don't want to be a victim of that. I never wanted to be that because my whole life, that's all I saw. My friends, oh, I'm so in love, I want to have a baby. You have a baby. Now the guy's nowhere around. Now you're a single mom struggling with a baby. Now you got to go another man, have another baby. This is like my life, my whole entire life. So I just pray, like, please don't fall for that. Especially, I know a hurt that never left me of not having my dad or wanting to look in his face and say, why? You know what I mean?
So the Trina I know, right? And the Wi-Fi is bugging out on your end.
Okay.
Keep it going. But the Trina I know, you know, you've dated a certain type of man.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're getting a little older. Do you talk to younger men, or because the guys I've seen you with, they not out there like that no more. So the guys who's in that zone are young now. You know what I'm saying? So do you date younger men, or would you date a younger man?
I mean, I guys. Yeah, it depends. I always had like a younger, somebody that was younger than me, a couple years younger, or there's been times I dated somebody that was kind of older, but mostly younger. Not, I mean, it's just it to me. It I just need to know what's happening up here. Where we going with this? Like, it's a mind. It's here. Not young and you out in the club, you party and you need every woman. Baby, this is not the Holiday Inn. This is not the daddy daycare. We don't have no time for that. I need to know, because my life is here. I'm here with it. I need to know where you are with it. And I don't, young, if you, because I had young, and that means you're so young, I'm going to leave you right over here in your young world so you can live your life. Go to the strip club, throw your ones up, pop your bottles, stomp with the foreigners, do all that. We passed that. I need to know what's here with it. And that's, it's crazy.
And that's where we evolve to. I'm gonna give you a question. Your top 5 greatest female rappers of all time.
My who? Say it again.
Your top 5 favorite female rappers of all time.
Oh man. My top 5 would be Salt and Pepper, Missy, Kim, can I say new? Damn, it's so many. Missy, Kim, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say damn. It's so many.
You got a good 3: Salt and Pepper, Kim, and Missy.
Salt, Pepper, Kim, Missy. I'm gonna just go Brat and Nikki.
You go Brat and Nikki. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I never heard nobody say the Brat, but the Brat was always hard.
How? Brat was the first female rapper to ever go platinum.
I'm not disrespecting.
I mean, but to me, because listen, you gotta understand, when I came in this business, that was the thing. There was Kim, there was Missy, there was Eve, there was me. Well, I was new, but it was Brat that was the first person that went platinum before anybody. So that was like big. Okay, so we are sexy, but this is Brat. She was the first female to go platinum. That was huge. So I was like, okay. And I mean, I loved her style. She had a whole different, you know what I'm saying, a whole Chicago different sound style, whatever. So I always have gave her caliber of that.
Nah, that's dope. I appreciate that. Just really quick, what's it like being? I know what it's like being Remy's, her brother's Fat Joe, comes with a bunch of crazy. But what's it like being Trick Daddy's sister?
Man, crazy. Trick Daddy is crazy. Delusional. It's one of them kind of. I see somebody put. I love Foxy. But don't get me wrong. That Trina album's one of my favorite albums. Don't sleep now.
She just said 5. She said 5. You don't put no pressure on her.
Yeah, they keep on coming. Like, I love all the girls. I could go in with all the girls. I have my favorite songs, my favorite whatever. So look, but Trick, it's just one of the kind of things. We have this kind of relationship. It's like a brother-sister thing. And me, I'm more active than Trick. I'm more learning. I'm more like on top of things. I have to keep him in check, for a while, Trick is Trick. He's never, ever going to change in this world. He's going to leave this earth as Trick. So with that, I got to deal with him. I got to deal with him. Yes, I have to deal with him. Trick?
Yeah, I heard his restaurant. I heard that shit popping.